It's Week 11 of the National Football League. And we've got the Vikings' sure-handed wide receiver, whose utter dominance has moved him within range of the single-season receiving record. It's the Vikings and the Broncos on Sunday night primetime.
Thank you. On a cold night at the foot of the Rockies, EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to Empower Field at Mile High in Denver, Colorado. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup on tap, as it'll be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Denver Broncos. And hello again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, we look at this Bronco team. Now, losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home. And
the Vikings offense in the midst of a perfect season. They get their first possession here. And the one to watch is going to be this man, their rookie wide receiver. His season, in a word, incredible. Now, I don't know what else you say. He's closing fast on 2,000 yards receiving.
And when you talk about 2,000 yards, think of it this way. Jerry Rice never got to 2,000 yards. Randy Moss never got there. Calvin Johnson never did. Two of those guys are in the Hall of Fame.
He's got a man complete. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. That one goes for 36 yards.
I guess we got a good idea about what the game plan is for attacking this secondary. No beating around the bush with this crew. His first throw of the game is a deep shot, and it connects. That's a tendency breaker right there, because normally you build up to the big shot, but not in this case.
16 more on that one and another first down.
And this is an offense that's number one in the NFL in rushing, and you know that has to be the focus of any game plan defensively. But they can throw it, too, as evidence right there. And they move the chains here on this opening drive.
They'll run for the first time with Kareem Hunt. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The numbers on the ground for Hunt a week ago. 19 carries, 106 yards.
Yeah, he could very well be on his way to a rushing title, but guess what? His offensive line, they're meeting separately because they want that rushing title as much as he does, and they want to make sure they get him there.
On second down, right back to Hunt. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A yard in the wrong direction makes third down tougher. Third down and 9.
That was well played there defensively. Two tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
That'll go for a gain of 7. And that's going to bring up a fourth down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. Third down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
The Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the number 1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we would be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're number 1 in their conference.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI.
Defense.
So a costly penalty yardage-wise, as that'll move the football down to the spot of the foul.
And what the officials are looking for in these situations, whether you're playing the man or the ball. And if you're playing the man, you get a lot less leeway.
Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Vikings. Kareem Hunt with career touchdown number 70. And the Vikings are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly...
So here are the Vikings to take over. They've got the lead yet again in this ball game with their winning streak right now sitting at 10. To begin the drive, here's a handoff to Hunt. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. So, Charles, you talk about this offense, how well they've played. I mean, the defense, too, really. But they're sitting at 10-0 now on the year. 4-0, 5-0, that's nice. But once you start hitting double digits with these wins and no losses, I think the seriousness of the situation, it just has to ramp up.
Yeah, and when you do say 10-0, it can't scare you as a team. Just think about...
This is caught at the 20. Touchdown. A great play there with another touchdown, number 24 on the year. And the Vikings have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. So, Charles, that's 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, and it's just been an offensive barrage so far.
Great word, partner, using barrage right there. I'm going to add another word if you don't mind. How about perfection? No surprise that they're leading right now. Absolute dominance throughout this ball game and no signs of slowing down.
And now out comes Minnesota. There's really no reason to change what they've been doing to this point. They've got the lead. They've looked good this first half.
I agree with you totally, and a lot of coordinators, play callers feel exactly the same way. Until you stop what I'm doing, why should I make any changes? But there are a few that kind of outguess themselves or try to outguess the opponent, and they try to consider what they would do to take things away and go to those plays right away. It'll be fun to watch when they get to the second half to see which way they go.
Yeah, but to this point, it certainly hasn't been broke. We'll see if they try to fix anything. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Henry. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. 22 yards there, a first down. And he's over 100 yards now after that last catch. Already, of course, leading the NFL in receiving yardage.
So he's done nothing at all to hurt his cause to stay in that spot. But I've been so impressed with how he's gotten it done. Body control, route running. How about the way he competes for the football at the end of the play?
On play action, Cousins. Right back to Henry, and Henry's got it again. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Well, there's your leading receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, putting on another clinic, well over 100 yards.
Are we taking notes? We should be, right? Because I'm going to go back and watch this tape and really enjoy what I'm seeing. The route running, competing for the football, just breaking down a defense.
So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin up at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore. And as you see, they were winners back on Thursday night. Lamar Jackson, excellent in the victory as his guys pushed their record up to 8-3 on the year. From there, we'll head down to Charlotte to check on the Panthers at home at Bank of America Stadium. And they were losers in their ball game to the visiting Dallas Cowboys. Tony Pollard, what a game. 3 touchdown runs in the victory. Finally, on Monday Night Football, one of the games of the year, the Super Bowl rematch. Eagles, Chiefs.
Arrowhead, 7:15 Central Time.
Now the Vikings offense set to go to work to begin this third quarter. They'll start the third quarter on the ground with Hunt. There he goes, right side. Kareem Hunt. Touchdown, Vikings. Kareem Hunt, his second touchdown of the night. And the Vikings come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use than that, man. One play, 75 yards, end zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, one play. That means...
On second down, right back to Hunt. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. 3 yards on the pickup there, but they've only got it back to 3rd and 10.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. Now Cousins fakes a jet sweep, and off play action, he wants to throw it. DJ Jones drops him for a 4-yard loss there, and that brings up 4th down.
Oh, boy, he got a favorable spot there. The guys on the sidelines were raising their hands over their head and clasping their hands to signal safety. But the official marked it just outside the end zone at the 1-yard line.
Minnesota's offense takes over possession. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
They go play action. Cousins. Short throw caught by the tight end Oliver. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back now to Denver. It's the Vikings in possession of the football and the lead. They'll be looking to add to that total as we begin quarter number 4. From the 31, here's 2nd and 4. Here's Cousins. He's got his tight end over the middle, T.J. Hockenson. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down. Cousins. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Henry. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. On first down, they'll run with Hunt. Touchdown, Vikings! Kareem Hunt, 34 yards. And the Vikings add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Well, it has been the passing game that's really been responsible for much of the scoring so far. But let's not forget about this running attack. They're pretty good, too, as evidenced right there.
And I think, Brandon, the fact that they've thrown the ball so well contributed to that touchdown, because that was a defense that was really keyed up to cover those receivers.
The Vikings ready to go again on offense. And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4. On the counter, Hunt. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. Great effort by Alex Singleton as he finishes that play off. Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they got a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision that he's had running the football has carried his feet to the open spaces and to big yardage all night long.
And this is incomplete. Oh, he looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. On third down, Cousins. Out route here going to Hunt. He's got it. And they stop him up short of the first down as they get him at about the 43. A gain of 9, not enough, and it's fourth down.
Brandon, it certainly looked like they had that play defended well, but it still almost worked. Got it to the running back. He wound up getting really good yardage out of it, but it was third and long, and it...
From the red zone now, Cousins. Right side, it's the tight end, Hockenson. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. From the 4, this is second down and 1. Hunt will try going up the middle. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Kareem Hunt taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Vikings have 11-0 in their sights as they add on to their lead.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear.
And now out comes Minnesota. And it's all but certain that this win streak is going to extend another week. Just another tremendous performance in this one. They'll begin the drive with Hunt. And now off to the races down the right right side. Pushing his way through. Kareem Hunt. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Kareem Hunt, 75 yards. And the Vikings extend this fourth quarter lead, and they are getting closer and closer to win number 11. Another touchdown here in the fourth quarter, and Charles, I think we can start to consider that this undefeated streak of theirs is going to be safe for another week.
And partner, you don't make it this far into a season without a loss unless you're getting contributions from both sides of the ball, and sometimes even
So no shortage of offense in this game, but a very clean game too, Charles. Each side got its points, but they did so without committing a single turnover.
That's so true, and it certainly felt like NFL football at its finest, right? You talk about the highest level from both of these offenses. Neither one of them afraid of taking risks, and both of them aggressively pushing it downfield. I did like, Brandon, how smart they were about going about their business, though. They were high flying, but they took care of the ball.
Yeah, they did, and just keeping it clean in a game like this with all these points, you don't see that very often, even at the highest level. Job well done by both sides. So for Minnesota, the perfect season remains intact as they move to 11-0 on the year. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, it was a game they really needed as they drop back to 4-6. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.